Alright, I've done it. After about a 4-year search, I finally got one of these Les Paul Buckethead Signature Guitars. And I've got to say, this is probably my favorite guitar that I have had in a long time. I wouldn't call myself a huge Buckethead fan, but it's definitely kind of a nostalgic feeling for me because I was a guitarist born out of the Guitar Hero era, and Buckethead was a huge influence to some of my playing and what pedals I would buy. So this is kind of a nostalgic guitar to me. This is a 2010 first year Buckethead Les Paul Signature. Now, the Buckethead Signature was followed by the Buckethead Studio model into one of those studio guitars, and that is my most popular video on my entire YouTube channel that I posted a long time ago. And it's just one of my old styles where I didn't play the guitar, I just kind of looked over the condition, and that one brought almost 10,000 views. So to have this one on my channel, I feel blessed, and they are really cool guitars. The guitar features a master volume and a master tone with a coil split built in as a push-pull pot. My complaint is it's kind of hard to, get it to come up because this comes all the way down. So I would almost put like a different knob on that one to make that a little easier. And you have your 3-way toggle down here, kill switch and kill switch. If you're not familiar with what a kill switch does, similar to the very beginning of this video, it does exactly what it says. It kills the sound, and Buckethead has been famous for using this technique as kind of like a new way to strum the guitar. Mix that with hard tapping and you can just go on forever without actually strumming a single note. It is a very unique technique. Let's take a look at the condition of this guitar. I would say this guitar is in very good condition. It does have a few minor paint nicks here and there, but overall it's in good shape. Take a look at the headstock here. You can see you don't have any major nicks or dings when we run it in the light. I really don't notice anything too major. I think there is a very tiny ding right here though. So that is there, I want you to know about that. Once again, rich light fretboard. I just cleaned and oiled it. It is in great shape, looks just like ebony. In fact, there's a lot of misinformation out there that these do have ebony boards, but they do not. The face of the guitar is in good shape as we run the light over it here. No major nicks or dings that I noted while playing the guitar, but I can definitely tell you, every time I come down to the studio, I definitely play this guitar, so you might see some very light wear and tear. But overall, just some fingerprint marks from handling, nothing too extreme. Back at the headstock here, the serial number is 104000, looks like 606. Now once again, the first 60 were kind of built a little bit differently, and I have a feeling this might be one of those because this is a very early 2010 model. It was the 40th day of the year, which I think is around probably February 9th. As you can see, no major nicks or dings. On the side of the neck here, there is a few light checking marks, as are very common with white finishes to appear kind of by the nut. They're definitely not in the wood or anything, and they're not really too bad, to be honest. The necks on these guys, I think it's fair to say it's 50s styled. It is pretty chunky, but the wider feeling fretboard makes it comfortable to play even if you like 60s profiles a little bit better. But it definitely does feel a little bit chunkier. But really no major nicks or dings to go over. It looks like you have a very small indentation here, but nothing too bad. Now the back of the body, once again, it has aged a very tiny little bit, but there's no buckle rash or anything to really speak of. It was definitely a well cared for guitar. I mean, you do have some very, very fine scratch marks on the back, but I wouldn't really consider it rash to be exact there. Condition wise, I think right here is the worst. You have a little ding in the finish straight to the wood. it's not too bad. You also have a small ding in that area. But I've looked over this guitar, and that is definitely the worst I have seen. It was definitely well cared for. I mean, it looks like you've got some light buckle wear here. Hopefully that's showing up, like the side of your pant rivet. But nothing that really destroys the integrity of this instrument. I mean, I've got to tell you, I'm in love with this guitar. I'll probably price it to the moon and wait for a reasonable offer. But I really like this guitar. I'm going to be playing it every day while I have it. There are a few small imperfections around the binding. You can see where it's kind of finish checked a little bit. That's actually where the binding ends, where it meets the body. Very common on white Les Pauls. And you do have that in a few areas. You can see it on the bottom of the guitar here as well. But thankfully, most of those finished cracking areas are in areas that you won't see. I wanted to do a little bit better of a close-up here of the rivet wear on the side of the guitar, because I didn't feel that showed up very well in the video. And here's a better look at those light scratches in the back. Once again, very light. I mean, you only see this once you're, in super close-up under, kind of a little bit more low lighting. The top strap pin has been replaced for a Schaller strap lock. That's what Buckethead uses, so that's why that was done. However, the bottom one still appears to be the original Gibson issued one. A quick look under blacklight. This guitar is all clean, but I love the way that the pickup's blacklight. They kind of have that bioluminescent glow to them. Back at the headstock here, as you can see, you're all good in those areas. No major finish wear showing up. There you can see that one little chip in the side of the guitar there, but overall it's definitely a clean example. I mean, a collector might not want this one. I mean, there are a few stray marks on it from playing, but as far as the signature, the true signatures go, this one's in pretty good shape. Despite the oversized body, thanks to chambering, it's about an average weight for a Les Paul at 9 pounds 8.7 ounces. This Buckethead Signature Guitar does come with its original case. If it didn't have the original case, I think you'd have a hard time finding one. But as you can see, you have very light storage wear, but no major gigging wear or anything like that. All the latches are present. You've got only 4 of them on the front on this one. And a beautiful white interior. It's not stained or anything. Sometimes the tops of the cases will look a lot dirtier than that one, so this one's in actually pretty good shape. In here you can see some of the original paperwork here. You can see it looks like they said they completed it 3/18. It's funny how long it takes them from being stamped at the factory at the neck to the actual completion ship date. You have some of the warranty papers here. Owner's manual. Overall, no funky smells. Definitely still has that vanilla scent to it. It's a great case. Before we get to the playing demo here, I kind of want to just talk about how it feels to actually play this guitar. If you're, a regular Les Paul guy, when you first take this thing out of the case, it's gonna feel behemoth and massive. And you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not sure if I like this. But sit down with it and you will come to enjoy this guitar more so than a regular Les Paul. If you watch my video from yesterday, comparing this to a Les Paul Standard, this guitar just is a little bit more louder acoustically, and it just really resonates the low notes and really sings the high notes a lot better than a regular size Les Paul. Bigger is better in this case for me. But playing this guitar, since it has no fret markers, it almost feels like there's more room in between every fret. But I measured it out, it is the same, but there's just something about these guitars that are really special to me. A quick Buckethead is definitely becoming a more prominent player, and people who want to mimic his style, you need this guitar. It is awesome. I love this guitar. Demoing through a Marshall JMP 1C 1-watt tube amplifier. think you might be interested in owning this amazing Les Paul, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Trogoys, or check out the Reverb and eBay listings. And whoever gets this guitar is going to be really happy. Alright, Troglodytes, thank you for watching. Tune in next time, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.